Hello everybody, it's me again. Um, and I don't know, I just decided I was maybe just gonna do some more videos. I think that's a good idea. Still stuck in here, and I get the impression people maybe think I'm like here voluntarily. Like they don't just let you stay in the psych ward. Like, hello, can I stay in the psych ward? Oh yeah, come in, please. No, that's not what happens. Like I'm sectioned, right? Got section 136, which meant I was a danger to myself or the public. Probably more myself. And now I'm section 2. Um, you know, I feel quite bad because I think I'm perfectly sane, right? I think people have been. See, I think this past whole year, I've been under the impression people have been listening to me. People have been watching my computer activity. People have been controlling my phone, you know? Because what happened was basically like a year prior to this, like I was in a place that I called the Cloud Cave, which was my flat up in Scotland, which was it was Disaster House, and I went home for the summer. Then I went up into the Cloud Cave, and then that's when everything went crazy. Um, there was something on Twitter, my old Twitter account, which just disappeared. If it's not disappeared, fucking please tell me, because if it's still there, that means I'm definitely right. It means like someone's completely stolen my identity, right? And this is why they say I'm psychotic, because I'm like, doctors, someone's stolen my identity. And they're like, you're psychotic. I was like, no, I think it's true. They're like, no. They're like, we need to up your meds. And I'm like, well, the meds are kind of working. They're making me a little bit more happy, outgoing. But they're really like someone's like hacked my computer. You can't really use these words with doctors. I've learned because they're just like, no, you need to up your meds. And I'm like, no, okay. There was this Twitter account called Odd Couple, right, which was really not a Twitter account. It was just a fake Twitter account. Like my whole Twitter feed got invaded, right? It was all overtaken. See, the reason got really paranoid about all these things was because my whole Twitter feed was overtaken by these Twitter bot accounts, which kept like posting the same thing about like, oh, 23-year-old like rapist, 23-year-old pedophile gets arrested and like after bragging online of his crimes. And it's like, well, you think I've done something like that? This was in my mind, right? Like, people think I've done something like that. People think I'm bragging online about something. I'm definitely bragging online because I'm a pretty cool dude, but not about that. Like what? And that's why it sort of sent my head into a spin. And I downloaded this album, which I thought was an album, right, by this Twitter account called Odd Couple. Downloaded it, and it disappeared. The file disappeared, right? And so after that, I was like, oh, someone's definitely attacked my, like, someone's definitely invaded my computer, whatever, hacked it. And I wrote this thing called Dear Monitors, because I was like, well, some people are monitoring me. Dear Monitors. Because what really cemented this idea in my mind was that as soon as I wrote this, I got a million messages, like just not a million, but like loads and loads of messages online, on Twitter, being like people were just like, hey, do you want to do some music? Hey, do you want to do some music? Like all night, like my Twitter thing was going off, and I just sat down in my bed and laughed because I was like, oh, this is over. Finally, I found out what it was that people suddenly hated me for. But no, that was only the beginning. Because I wrote this thing, Dear Monitors. Where's it from? Get info. It's Friday, 7th of November, 2014. Right. At 1:24 a.m. If they have spied on me, I hope someone at least has the decency to tell me. I would respect that. I will assume that no one did or has, but if I ever find out that I'm wrong, without anyone having told me, I will probably not be able to write a song for you, if you ever ask. I will probably not be able to trust. I feel myself going crazy right now. So I will assume that I'm making it all up and let it go. But if I'm wrong, then I am living in a world of Georgias. Georgia? Who's Georgia? Dear Landlord. I wrote a whole fucking book about it. Then I wrote my Jaya senses. Remember I had Jaya senses? Like, this is just my suspicions. That's when I suspect something else. Like my Jaya senses. Sorry, Jaya the cat, if you don't like that. Like, there's just something going in my head. My Jaya senses tell me that A, I'm being monitored, and B, I must reiterate to my monitors that this is mainly the result of a secluded and bored mind. That someone may think I once knocked someone up, as in impregnated. This is completely false, but it may explain a thing or two in terms of how people are reacting to me recently. Dear monitors, you're a fucking idiot. I've been thinking, and I think this may have to do with the Outcast song I posted on Twitter a while back. Did I say anything other than it was a good song? No, I didn't, you idiot. I love that song, but it's got nothing to do with my life. I've got to say that I only said idiot because I was really annoyed that people would just think that. Like, let's decide he impregnated someone. That's a terrible thing to do. You know, and that wasn't in. But the lesson here is to not make assumptions, especially if they are negative assumptions. If you have a suspicion about anything, feel free to ask me. Lol. That would be pretty ridiculous though, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Like, that's the thing, like, no one interacts with me. That's why I think someone's definitely stolen my identity, right? If you want to get in touch, my email address is indigo.verse.music@gmail.com. That's indigo.verse.music. I think they kept up. Indigo.verse.music. Okay, they kept moving stuff as soon as I said the thing. Indigo.verse.music@gmail.com. Or williams.rob.art@gmail.com. Those are my 2 email addresses. I've got a few more that, like, from way back in the day, like il.profondo@hotmail.com or .co.uk, Corgathbladefist @hotmail.com. Do you remember Warcraft 2? Corgath Bladefist. He was my. I think in the American one he was called Kargath, but in mine he was called Corgath Bladefist. I used to play that game, Warcraft 2. Fucking good game. Excuse my language. Anyway, that's probably it for the time being. I'm just going to make a bunch of videos.